Hey guys, from you see this post, you know that it is Eco Tuesdays, and today I'll be transplanting some yellow bell pepper. But before I go into the transplanting, let me show you this time lapse of how these sweet peppers are growing. So as you can see, these are the baby ones, and then you can see here where the sweet peppers are becoming more mature and ready to plant. So where I'm transplanting these sweet pepper, I have made a second raised bed. I made a video of the first raised bed that I did, but I didn't make a video of this one. But I made this raised bed. The soil is not so defined like the last one I did, but however, it's gonna work. So I'm gonna go ahead and start transplanting these sweet peppers. So I have my camera in one hand, so I'll be using one hand most of the time to do the video. So I removed this seedling from the container that I have them in, and instead of taking off the soil from the plant, I'm just gonna put the whole soil into the hole that I dug. So here's a little story time. So when I was growing up as a kid, my father, he always have more than 2 farms. So as a kid, I never liked to go to any of the farms because I'd have to walk, or me and my siblings, we'd have to walk miles upon miles, like walk to these farm grounds, and we did not like it. But he always said that farming is what gonna make us rich, right? I'm like, yeah, farming is not gonna make us rich because we are not making any money off of it, and yet still we are poor and all of that. He says, yes, this is what we should do. This is what we should aim at doing in the future, doing farming, because farming can elevate us. No, none of us, right? I have 1 sister and 4 brothers, but 3 of them grew with us, right? The other one was abroad. So none of us liked it, and because of the distance and because of the load carrying, we'd have to walk miles with plantains and yam and all these farm stuff, and we'd have to pass through communities where our friends are, and our friends don't have parents that farm, so we feel so much embarrassed to pass through these communities with the bags with the produce from the farm. So we're like, nope, no thank you, we don't want to do farming. But as I grew up and as I own my own place, I realized that it is actually something that I love, right? Not for selling, but for my own purpose in my home, right? Sometimes I consider, selling stuff, but I'm not a salesperson. I don't know how to sell stuff. I would love to go in sales one day to sell stuff. I'm a very handy person, so I make things with my hands and stuff, but I cannot come to the realization, or I don't know, I cannot come to the fact that I'm gonna have to go out there and sell. I cannot do that. I would love for somebody to teach me to do it, because I'm good at what I do. But as for now, it's just for my home I'll be planting for. And I've reaped so many stuff in my little backyard garden. And when I started planting, it was, okay, then I'm gonna plant. But at the end of the day, when I actually got something out of it, my first produce that I got from it was a watermelon. I was so happy. I felt rich. The same thing that my father was talking about, that farming can make us become rich, not in a monetary way, but the feeling of feeling rich. It's a reality when you do farming, because you don't have to go out and go to the market and buy all the things that you are planting, right? And that makes you rich, because the money that you will spend on these stuff, right, it will be too much to buy on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis. Yeah, it's too much, and every day it's becoming worse, right? I am telling you, if you have a little space in your yard, whether in container or whether in the ground, please do some farming. When you feel down, it relaxes you. I'm telling you, because I've experienced it. So yes, it's relaxing. Farming is relaxing. And let me tell you, in the future, right, and in the near future too, you are gonna find out why I said to plant. Try and plant the things that you use mostly. I wish I could plant chicken, but you can't. And I can't raise chicken, because if I raise chicken, I don't know who's gonna kill it, because I'm not gonna cut no chicken neck. I don't know who's gonna do that. I really want to do some chicken, because I eat chicken like every Sunday. So I really want to do some chicken, but I don't know who's gonna kill them. So I'm just gonna leave that and buy some chicken. But I want to do eggs. I want to do, I'm not gonna raise goat and stuff like that, because that's too much time. So the things that you can really do, what you can plant or what you can raise, you need to get some layers to do the eggs. Whatever you can do it. Whatever farming, do it, because in the near future, you're not going to be able to afford these things. Really and truly, I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to afford these things, and you're going to ask yourself, why didn't you start farming? But yeah, if you have a little backyard, front yard, side yard, container, whatever you have, just start putting a seed in it. You don't have to go to a farm store to get the seeds. You can buy the produce from the market, and you can save the seeds and grow them. So do that, and trust me, you will be glad you did. So my next step is to pour water all over them to moisten the soil. And let me say, I say this in almost every one of my planting videos, my soil is sandy, so I have to do raised beds or get topsoil to put into the ground before I start planting. So I'm just gonna water all these, make the soil moisturize, and I'm gonna do this for all of them. So this is most crucial to my planting because it seems like the sun is just right over my house only. The sun here is very hot, it's very humid here, and it tends to the soil tends to dry out a lot. So I'm gonna put some grass over the soil to keep in the moisture, and hopefully they don't sag, because I have a tendency to not water them for a day or two, and they become saggy and they falling down. That happened with my last bell peppers. They went through it. When I tell you those red bell pepper went through it, they went through it. The sun scorched them so much, and sometimes I just cannot be bothered. But they have yielded me some fruits, so I have to be thankful for that. But I won't let that happen to these bell peppers. I'm gonna cover them, I'm gonna nurture them so much, and I'll give you an update as to how this mulch, or what this mulch did for them, because I did not do this for the red bell peppers. And let me just mention, I have rooted up the red bell peppers. They have done its time. They were still bearing, but they have struggled so much I had to root them out. I could not let them suffer anymore, so I rooted them up, and I'm going to plant some more red bell peppers. So I'm gonna do this with them. So I'm gonna give you an update as to how well the mulch worked for these ones. that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you have benefited from this video. I hope I have inspired you to grow your own fruit in the backyard or your vegetable in the backyard.